Hey Jeff, thanks for joining me.
Hey Steve, thanks for having me again.
Good to have you. We are checking in on Los Angeles post the fires. Obviously had a pretty significant impact on the region. Put more than $40 billion worth of real estate value at risk. I think they're still running the numbers on that. And that's in a region that was already experienced a housing shortage. Between 2013 and 2023, Realtor.com noted that the area added roughly 290,000 new households and 107,000 single family building permits, leaving a gap of nearly 200,000 homes. And that's pre-fire, that's pre-burning down product and not having it on the market. That's causing some folks to speculate that we're going to see relatively faster home price growth in surrounding markets to those in LA as households who lost homes, add to demand. Um, and then the LA region, some estimates are could see a 1% increase in prices in some areas, and in the longer term, about a year and a half, the area could see as much as a 5% increase in prices on newer homes. But some of the big increases that might be more in the rental market. Um, median asking rent in LA metro area, um, as of December 2024. That was 2,780. Um, and a Washington Post analysis found that LA County rents jumped 20% 2 weeks after the wildfires broke out compared to 2 weeks before. Rents in some parts of LA increased by more than 200%, which is illegal. Technically, price gouging is when the business raises the price more than 10% during and after an emergency. So we'll see how the rental market adjusts price wise to this. But I don't know how you get around the fact that there's just not enough product there, not enough to rent, not enough to buy. Seems like it's going to put some upward price pressure despite maybe some people relocating out of LA and fire prone areas. I still it looks like this is just going to mean higher prices in LA. Your thoughts, Jeff?
Uh, I mean, look, my heart it hurts for these people, and then kind of on the other side of it, I guess I kind of think to myself, this is where California is really bad at controlling a lot of things, but telling anybody when from just the general rules of economics where you got supply and demand that they're the only one with units and that they can't increase their price. Now to your point, I don't want them to go out and just make it so it's so unaffordable that nobody can move in there, et cetera, which they're not going to do because they want people to move in. They just want to maximize the price. Seems like if you had more units or if you let them do it, that it's probably going to naturally, just drop just because it will, because people take those units. But I'm curious on the side of how many of these properties get down the line probably get taken or get sold, and then somebody instead of putting single family houses put something like high rise condos or high rise apartments in there for people to move into to support the lack of housing that's there.
Yeah, I think that's going to be interesting in how this moves forward because I think we're going to see a mix of, in some areas, some more high density kind of developments like, condos and stuff like that. But some of that's really pretty real estate where they're just going to want to put in nicer, bigger houses that they can sell for more, right? I
This
don't
is
think.
California. It is a question of whether or not California wants anybody to put anything in there in the first place.
Well,
Right.
that's the other issue too, is the permitting process, and I think even beyond the permitting process, though, and we've talked about this
Yeah.
with some experience in development. There's only so much crew, so much materials. I mean, so much you can do over congested. I mean, it's not like you're trying to build a couple houses spread out in neighborhoods. You're trying to rebuild entire neighborhoods. There's just no way to speed that up. It's going to, slow down the entire process, having to do so many units at the same time. And you and I have both been to LA. It's not like you get on the roads there and you're like, wow, it's so easy to drive around and move places and move things here. Um, it's going to be from permitting to construction to getting the crews in and building. It's going to be a mess. So I just think we're looking at not enough product for this market. I think you're in rents and home prices. It's going to be upward pressure. There's no way to get around it.
Yeah.
I think the biggest opportunity here is probably twofold. One, if you got a construction crew, you're in business for a while. Um, and then two, and I hate to say it, but if you're a developer with political connections, this is a good environment for you to probably be operating in.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think realistically, to your point, the construction crews coming in, there's going to have to be a lot of vetting because you'll get people who will come in, say they have the licenses, et cetera. But that's a different problem. But I think for a lot of these people, they're going to be looking for people that can get them through the permitting process quickly, get their houses rebuilt quickly, so they have somewhere to go. But again, there just isn't enough housing to support the community as a whole. So what do you do? So I think it'll be interesting to see what the state of California and the local municipality what they do to support the community.
Yeah, and one thing I'll throw out there that's just I don't know if it's gonna be a popular or unpopular thought is I absolutely understand why you don't allow price gouging. You have like a massive fire and you don't allow people to like, quadruple the price of a Snickers bar
Oops.
or getting gas or something like that because, there's like a week or two period. But when we're talking about the real estate market over the next few years, you've got to let prices adjust or
Mhm.
you're just not going to provide the incentives that you need the builders, you need the developers, you need people to build the need a new product. You're going to mess with the market signals that you need. So I do think you have to take a look at this as yes, there's a brief period where you absolutely want some regulatory controls to make sure people aren't being taken advantage of it. But after you get through that period, you have if you don't let the market adjust and set prices and you let bureaucrats do it and regulations do that, you're just going to be adding to this problem, in my opinion. And it's a problem we've already seen in the California insurance market where their unwillingness to allow insurance companies to set prices based on things like not clearing brush and stuff like that already caused, those companies to pull out of the market. So I think there is a California problem here. I hope it gets resolved, but um, you know, uh, I think you got to let the market work to a sense.
I agree.
Okay. Well, hey, the comments field's there for everybody who wants to disagree with us or tell us what we're missing or getting wrong there.
They
Yeah,
will.
yeah, hopefully, or not hopefully, but hey, we can take it. Give us the
That's
comments.
right.
If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Visit the website, selectfincap.com. Get on our free real estate news list and also get an opportunity to look at some exclusive commercial real estate investment opportunities. Probably not in Southern California because we're not wired in tight with the politicians there, but who knows? Thanks a lot, Jeff.
Probably not. Probably not. Thanks, Steve.